God says, "My beloved child, hear me clearly and do not ignore this message, for it carries the weight of heaven's warning and the fragrance of divine protection." Archangel Michael is standing beside you right now, his sword drawn, his eyes glowing with holy fire, whispering urgently that this is not a moment to delay. He says, "My child, this is very serious. Don't ignore me. I have contacted you to save you. For there is a witch in your life, one who has masked herself in false kindness, pretending to love you, pretending to be your friend, but whose heart is poisoned with envy and darkness. This very moment, her wickedness has turned upon herself. The spell she cast against you has boomeranged. And now her body is suffering under the weight of her own evil. The name of her deadly disease is the curse she created. A disease born not of flesh but of her own darkness. Now manifesting through her body as a slow death that no doctor can explain. God says, "My child, I shielded you when you didn't even know the arrows were flying. I placed my angels around you when her hatred burned like a secret fire. I watched her mix her words and lies. Her laughter hiding the venom she carried in her heart. But what she didn't know was that my light was upon you. And no darkness could overpower the one I have chosen. I am your refuge and I will not allow her sorcery to destroy what I have ordained for your destiny. She has been warned many times by my spirit, but she did not stop. Now the disease she thought she could send to you has attached itself to her own life. Archangel Michael says, I have seen her name written on the list of those who tried to play God, and heaven has decreed her time of exposure. She has spoken curses into the wind. She has whispered your name into dark places. But now her own voice trembles. Her nights are filled with panic. Her body weakens. Her dreams are tormented by the light she cannot face. God says, "My child, don't fear. I am with you. Nothing will go wrong with you, you are safe under my hand. Trust me and pray to me, for prayer is your armor and your faith is your weapon." The angels have gathered around your home even now, and a heavenly investigation has begun. Every spirit that was sent to confuse you, delay you, or hurt you is being chained and cast into the pit. The witch's spell book is burning in the spirit. Her rituals are failing, and every word she spoke against you is reversing with sevenfold power. Her disease is the manifestation of her own dark energy collapsing in on itself. Her body trembles not from human sickness but from the fire of divine judgment consuming what she used to sustain her evil. God says this is what happens when someone tries to curse my anointed. For I have said, touch not my chosen and do my prophets no harm. You are the apple of my eye. Every trap laid for you will now trap its maker. Every poison mixed for you will now infect its creator. Every lie told about you will now become the evidence that vindicates you. Do not seek revenge. I am your vengeance, I will handle her case. Archangel Michael says, "My child, her power is fading, her voice is trembling, and her secrets are being exposed one by one. She once laughed when you cried. Now she cries when you pray. For every tear you shed, heaven recorded it. Every pain you felt has been turned into a weapon of light. When you pray tonight, angels will move faster than the speed of light to cover your body, your home, your finances, and your name. God says this which entered your life to drain your joy. She pretended to help you while she secretly fed on your energy. She loved to see you confused. She rejoiced when you doubted yourself. She smiled when your plans failed. But she forgot one truth. I, the Lord your God, never sleep, never miss a moment, and never forget the tears of my beloved. The disease she carries is now spreading through her mind, her body, and her spirit because her heart refused to repent. The same darkness she released now eats away at her strength. But you, my child, you are under grace, you are under the divine covering of my angels. I have placed Archangel Michael at your side to shield you from any spiritual retaliation. You are safe, but I need you to pray tonight. Not out of fear, but out of faith. Say, Father, I receive your protection. I release forgiveness and I stand under your light. For when you do this, your peace will multiply and your spirit will rise above every shadow. Archangel Michael says, the battle is ending. The war she started is over. Heaven has won, but don't take her downfall as a reason to gloat. Take it as a sign of God's justice. Her disease is not your victory. Your peace is. Her suffering is not your revenge. Your healing is. Let go of bitterness and let God fill you with new strength. God says, I am preparing to bless you openly in the same place where she tried to shame you. I am lifting your name before those who doubted you. The same people who once believed her lies will now witness your rise. The witch's power was temporary, but your destiny is eternal. She can no longer reach you no matter how much she tries. Her energy is collapsing. Her tongue is silenced. And her spirit is facing the truth she denied for years. My child, says the Lord, you must understand this isn't about revenge. It's about protection and purification. I am cleaning your atmosphere. I am removing those who drain your faith. I am cutting cords that were hidden in plain sight. That is why some people are suddenly distancing themselves. Don't chase them, don't question it. Their season in your life is over. They were part of the deception I am now exposing. Archangel Michael whispers, you are free. The chains around your destiny have fallen. The witch's disease is the sign that your breakthrough has been released. What she used to block you will now open your door. What she meant for evil, God has turned into good. God says in the next few days you will notice signs, strange dreams, sudden peace, a lightness in your spirit, unexpected messages, or a name that appears repeatedly. These are confirmations from heaven that your deliverance is complete. Do not fear what you see. My angels are working. You will feel my presence in your home. The energy that once felt heavy will feel clean. The air that once felt tense will feel peaceful. You will sleep better and you will wake up feeling new. That is how you'll know that the witch's hold has been destroyed. God continues, her disease has a name in the spiritual realm. It is called return to sender. That is what happens when a curse fails to find its target. It reverses. And I, the Lord, have declared that no weapon formed against you shall prosper. You were never meant to suffer for her jealousy. You were meant to shine despite it. You were not meant to be afraid of her. You were meant to witness her power fade before your faith. Archangel Michael says, "My child, do not speak her name anymore. Let heaven handle her. Do not wish her death. Just release her from your heart and focus on your healing. When you forgive, you rise higher. When you bless, you invite more blessings. The war is over, but your destiny is just beginning. Keep praying. Keep trusting. Keep thanking God for saving you before you even knew the danger. God says the witch's disease is her own creation, a mirror of her spiritual decay. You, on the other hand, are being renewed. Your health will improve. Your finances will recover. Your relationships will stabilize. Everything that was stolen from you will be returned with increase. I am the Lord who restores. You will laugh again. You will feel joy again. You will see my glory again. Heaven celebrates your deliverance tonight. The angels sing because your name has been cleared. You were never the problem. You were the target of envy because of the light you carry. The witch tried to destroy what she could never possess. Now that she's exposed, the spiritual chain reaction has begun. God's light will spread through your entire life. Every area that was under attack will now receive healing. Every delay will now turn into divine timing. Every closed door will now open. Archangel Michael says softly, "You are free, child of light. You are safe. You are protected. You are chosen. No witch, no spell, no curse, no darkness can stand against the one God has marked as his own." God says, "Now go in peace. Keep your faith strong. Keep your prayers alive. Keep your spirit pure. And remember, nothing will go wrong with you because I am with you always." God says, "My child, listen very carefully because this message has reached you not by chance but by divine intervention. Archangel Michael has broken through barriers of darkness to reach your soul today. The heavens trembled as this message was released, for it carries within it a sacred revelation meant only for your heart. You are chosen, protected, and surrounded by light. Even though right now the forces of darkness may be trembling near you, my beloved child, this is a message that cannot wait. Archangel Michael stands beside you, right now. His sword of light drawn, his wings expanded, shielding you from what has been hidden for far too long. You may have felt strange waves of heaviness around you lately. Uneasy dreams, sudden coldness, a weight pressing upon your chest that you could not name. Those were not coincidences. Those were signs that something dark has been unraveling. Heaven has been watching closely, and now the truth must be spoken plainly. A witch in your life is dying, and the name of her deadly disease has already been written by the hand of divine justice itself. You have wondered why you felt such resistance every time you took a step toward peace, why your blessing seemed delayed, why your joy would flicker and then disappear as if stolen. This person, once appearing harmless or even friendly, secretly despised the light within you. She wore a mask of care, yet her thoughts carried envy, and her words were crafted to wound the unseen part of your soul. She smiled in your face, but her spirit whispered against you in secret. What she did not know was that God had already placed a mark of protection on you long before her spell was conceived. Archangel Michael says, "Do not fear. The light cannot be devoured by darkness." Her time has come not because you wished harm, but because heaven demands balance. For years, this person, this witch, fed off your divine energy. Every time you cried, she grew stronger. Every time you doubted yourself, her shadows deepened. But every prayer you whispered in silence planted light back into the soil of your destiny. That light has now matured. The protection you asked for in your weakest moments has manifested into a shield so powerful that the very curse she built against you has turned back toward her. You did not need to fight this battle with your hands. It was fought by angels. You were chosen to walk through confusion, to feel betrayal, to learn the difference between those who smile and those who truly stand by your side. And now, my child, the divine court has delivered its verdict. The disease she carries is not only of the body. It is a manifestation of her spiritual corruption. The same poison she tried to send into your life. What she meant for destruction has become the cause of her own undoing. God says, "I have heard your tears. I have seen you in those nights when you called for help and no one came. I have watched you fall asleep with pain and wake with courage. You are not forsaken. You are protected by my covenant. Every lie spoken against you, every curse written in hidden language, every object charged with malice, all of it is now dissolving in the fire of my spirit. The one who tried to manipulate destiny has been confronted by the very power. She mocked. Her illness is the echo of her own intention returning to its sender. Do not let fear rule your heart. Do not celebrate her downfall either. Stand still in grace. The lesson here is not vengeance. It is liberation. I allowed you to see darkness so that you would recognize light. I permitted betrayal so that you would learn discernment, The witch's final hours are a divine sign that the cycle of hidden oppression over your life has ended. You are entering a new chapter where the shadows that used to whisper your name will now flee at the sound of your voice. Archangel Michael kneels beside you and says, "You have survived what was designed to destroy you." The witch's words no longer hold power. The cords have been cut. The disease she carries will not reach you. The energy of death she sent toward you is neutralized by divine decree. He then places his sword over your heart, sealing it with light so pure that no unclean intention can pierce it again. From this day, anyone who attempts to harm you spiritually will find themselves facing the same reflection of their own deeds. You have seen loss. You have seen delay. You have seen confusion, but all of it was a furnace preparing your spirit for ascension. You are not cursed. You are consecrated. The witch's suffering is not your triumph. It is your confirmation that divine justice exists. You do not need to see her face or speak her name. Heaven already knows. Every secret meeting she attended to discuss you, every item she touched while thinking of your fall, every false word she spread, it has all been recorded in the eternal archives of God. Her disease is the physical translation of the spiritual rot she carried. My child, breathe. The war is over. You will begin to notice peace flowing in corners of your life that once felt blocked. Finances that were frozen will start to move. Friendships that turned cold will begin to heal or be replaced by genuine connections. The fog that clouded your mind is lifting. You may not understand how deeply you were protected, but heaven does. Angels surrounded you when you felt alone. Even your tears were used as prayers. Do not ask for her destruction. Instead, ask for your deliverance. Release her energy completely. The reason this message came to you today is because your soul has crossed a spiritual checkpoint. The darkness cannot follow you beyond this gate. The witch's disease, be it of body, mind, or spirit, is heaven's signal that the balance has been restored. You are stepping into an era of restoration. Every stolen opportunity is returning multiplied. Every delay is being repaid with acceleration. God says, "Trust me with your heart." You are not required to understand everything. The witch thought she was unstoppable, but she forgot that I am the final authority. The sickness in her blood mirrors the sickness of her deeds. You must forgive in order to remain free. The power of forgiveness does not excuse her, but it releases you from the last chain of connection. When you let go, my power can finish the work fully. In the next few days, signs will come. You may dream of water, of cleansing rain, of light breaking through storm clouds. You may feel warmth around your shoulders when no one is there. That is Michael's way of confirming it is done. You have been delivered. The enemy's assignment is cancelled. The witch's spells are returning to dust. You are walking into divine favor that cannot be reversed. The disease that consumes her will speak loudly, but you must not be distracted. Pray not for revenge, but for purification of your own energy. Light a candle and thank heaven for your protection. Do not engage in gossip about her. The victory belongs to God alone. You were never meant to carry bitterness. You were meant to rise beyond it. Archangel Michael whispers, "You are safe now. The cords of darkness have snapped. I have surrounded your home with light. The very air around you is anointed." If you feel sudden peace, know that this is the presence of God resting upon you. If you feel tears rise without reason, know that it is your soul exhaling centuries of inherited pain. The witch's era of control is over. Not only in your life but in your lineage. The generational shadow that once limited your family has been dismantled. You are free. You might notice certain people distancing themselves from you. Do not chase them. Some of them were spiritually connected to her knowingly or unknowingly. Their distance is divine separation. Let them go with peace. As they leave, space will open for new, trustworthy souls who carry the vibration of truth. You will soon meet individuals who mirror the light that heaven placed in you from the beginning. These connections will accelerate your growth, not drain it. You are stepping into a realm where miracles will unfold rapidly. Money that was held back will begin to find you. Health will be restored. Peace will reign in your home. The witch's death is not your focus. It is heaven's punctuation mark to end an old sentence of suffering. God is rewriting your story now. Every delay has been converted into divine timing. Every rejection has been transformed into redirection. Archangel Michael says, "You have no idea how close you came to danger. You were protected by forces you cannot yet comprehend." Every time she whispered curses, angels countered them with blessings. Every attempt to trap your destiny became a stepping stone toward your purpose. You survived not by chance, but by calling. You were chosen to carry light into spaces that forgot what holiness feels like. The witch's collapse is the universe acknowledging your endurance. Do not fear future attacks. The line has been drawn. The disease that eats away at her will serve as a testimony that divine law cannot be mocked. She may try to speak again to apologize or to shift blame, but you must stay calm. The safest response is silence. Let heaven handle what heaven began. Your only task is to remain pure in thought and faithful in prayer. God says you must now prepare for restoration. Expect sudden calls, unexpected blessings, divine appointments, and inner clarity. The heaviness will dissolve gradually until one morning you wake up and realize the anxiety is gone, the confusion is gone, the energy of oppression is gone. You will feel lighter because the chains that bound you spiritually have disintegrated. The witch's downfall was never about her illness. It was about your liberation. You may remember the moments she manipulated kindness, pretended to help, or twisted words. Do not replay those memories. They are echoes of a story that no longer belongs to you. Your future is vast and bright. The witch's disease is not your concern. Her own soul must face divine judgment, not your anger. Release her completely and focus on your healing. Archangel Michael has assigned new guardians around you. They will ensure that no hidden ritual, no spoken curse, no jealous intention can touch your life again. You are encircled by holy fire. The more you pray, the stronger that fire becomes. Speak affirmations of light each morning. I am covered by God. I am untouchable by darkness. I am chosen, protected, and free. Those words activate the shield even further. Soon you will notice your intuition heightening. You will sense lies before they are spoken. You will feel truth as warmth and deceit as coldness. That is the spiritual gift that emerged from your suffering. You are no longer naive. You are awakened. What once frightened you will now flee from you. God says you will hear news soon. Something that confirms this revelation. It may not come directly, but you will recognize the timing. When that happens, do not rejoice in another's pain. Instead, kneel in gratitude. Say, "Thank you, God, for justice and mercy." That humility will unlock even greater blessings. The witch's disease is her mirror. Your healing is your crown. Archangel Michael concludes, your path forward is sacred. Walk it with confidence. The forces that once conspired against you are scattering. Their whispers have turned into silence. Heaven has declared you victorious. So my beloved child, lift your head. Do not look backward. The witch who sought to harm you is fading from existence. Not because you cursed her, but because she could not survive the purity of divine truth surrounding you. Her disease bears the name of her own deeds, but your healing bears the name of grace. The darkness has bowed before the light. You are safe. You are watched over. You are free. God will be with you. Rest assured, nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe. You just have to trust God and pray to Him. God says, my beloved child. Listen carefully. I am speaking to you through the light that never sleeps, through the whisper that touches your spirit when you least expect it. Archangel Michael stands beside you right now. His sword drawn, his wings wide, shielding you from the shadows that have tried to consume you. You have felt something strange in the air lately, haven't you? The unease, the heaviness, the feeling that someone is silently working against your peace. My child, it is not your imagination. There is a witch in your life, someone whose soul has long been surrendered to darkness, and her time is ending. The disease that has entered her body is not ordinary. It is a spiritual judgment. She played with fire and now the fire consumes her. Michael says this is very serious. You must not ignore this message. You must not treat this as coincidence or imagination. For years, this witch watched you with envy. She smiled in your face. Yet behind your back, she whispered words meant to ruin you. She sent confusion into your relationships, sickness into your body, delay into your destiny. But I, the Lord your God, have seen every hidden thing. I allowed her to move in secret because I wanted her to reveal herself through her own actions, and now her name has been written in the book of exposure. The time of her darkness is over. My child, you were never meant to fight this battle alone. Every tear you cried was recorded in heaven. Every sleepless night, every moment you felt like giving up, I was there. I saw how she smiled when you suffered. I saw how she rejoiced when something went wrong in your life. But she did not understand one thing, that you are my anointed, my chosen, my beloved one whom I protect even when the world turns against you. The sickness that now ravages her body is not a punishment born of cruelty, but a divine mirror of what she sent toward you. The same spiritual poison she tried to pour into your life has turned upon her. Her disease is the manifestation of her own hatred. Her body carries the evidence of her intentions. Michael says, "Child of God, you are safe now. The war that surrounded your soul is ending. But there is something you must do. Forgive, release, and pray. Do not curse her back. Do not rejoice in her pain. Let God be the avenger, not you." The witch's power was never real power. It was illusion. Her strength was borrowed from fear. And once you stopped fearing, her energy began to crumble. That is why she is dying now. Because her dark energy no longer finds a home in you. You disconnected. You awakened. You turned your eyes toward heaven and her darkness lost its oxygen. God says, "I told Michael to intervene." That's why he's been sending you signs, feathers, sudden chills, flickering lights, dreams that seem too real. You felt his presence. You may even have sensed him waking you up at odd hours, urging you to pray. That was not a coincidence. Heaven has been on high alert for you. I have surrounded you with invisible armies of angels who have been battling for your peace. Every curse sent your way has been reversed. Every hex, every spell, every malicious word, all of it has been broken. The witch's disease is the evidence that the battle is won. Listen, my child, you were never cursed. You were targeted because of your light. Your purity threatened her corruption. Your love exposed her lies. You are light in human form and darkness cannot stand where light dwells. So the witch sought to weaken you. She tried to convince you that you were unlucky, unwanted, unworthy. She wanted you to stop believing, to lose your connection with me. But even when you doubted yourself, you never truly let go. That little spark of faith inside you kept calling my name. And that was enough. That spark became fire. And that fire consumed every darkness around you. Michael says, the witch's disease has a name that heaven will not allow to touch you. It is a spiritual decay that begins in the soul and then manifests in the flesh. It is the price of playing with energy not ordained by God. It eats away at truth and feeds on lies until the person's very body begins to rot under the weight of deceit. That is what she carries now, the burden of her own spiritual poison. She will soon face me, says the Lord. And her soul will be judged according to what she has done. But you, my child, must not fear. You are protected by the covenant of light. No harm will come to you. Do you remember how many times you almost gave up? Those moments were not accidents. They were the moments she tried to strike hardest. Every argument that came out of nowhere, every betrayal that shocked you, every strange sickness that appeared and vanished, all were part of her energy working against you, yet I kept you alive. I hid you in plain sight. I sent helpers disguised as strangers. Even when you didn't know it, I shielded you. The reason you're reading these words now is because heaven scheduled this moment. You needed to know the truth, not to live in fear, but to finally be free. God says, child, take this as a divine sign that justice is already working. You are about to witness doors open that were once sealed. You will see people who avoided you suddenly drawn to you again. You will see your name restored in rooms where it was once slandered. The witch's downfall is the beginning of your rise. What she tried to block will now multiply sevenfold. The blessings that were delayed will return with interest. You will be honored where you were once humiliated because I am not just ending her influence. I am turning your story into a testimony. Michael stands guard over your house. Every corner, every doorway, every window has been marked by divine light. No dark energy can cross it now. When you sleep, he stands watch. When you walk, he walks with you. He says to you right now, do not fear what you hear or see. Do not fear dreams or shadows. Do not fear the unknown. For I, Michael, the Archangel of God, am with you. I have fought for you. I have broken the chains that were wrapped around your destiny, and I will not leave until your peace is fully restored. His words carry divine authority and heaven backs them completely. My child, this is the season of reversal. Everything that was meant to destroy you, will serve you. Everything stolen will be returned. Even the witch's attempt to curse you has become a blessing in disguise. Her disease is the proof that heaven defends its chosen ones. Never again will she touch your energy. Never again will her words harm your path. The spiritual court of heaven has already rendered its verdict. The case is closed. The sentence is carried out. You are free. But I ask you, my beloved, to remain humble. Do not let pride enter your heart. Continue to walk in forgiveness and prayer. Bless those who curse you. Love those who misunderstand you. Because that is what separates my children from the world. The more you walk in love, the more protection surrounds you. Love is your greatest weapon. It disarms darkness faster than any spell can form. When you forgive, you dismantle the enemy's strategy. And when you worship, you invite heaven to dwell in your atmosphere. Michael says, remember what God said, touch not my anointed. You are that anointed. No matter what people said, no matter what they planned, they cannot erase the mark I have placed upon your life. You carry divine favor. That's why some people couldn't stand you. It wasn't you they hated. It was the light in you that exposed the darkness in them. Every time you smiled, every time you showed kindness, it reminded them of what they lost. The witch could not bear that. So she turned to darkness to feel powerful again. But her power was false. It was fleeting. It was already dying the moment she